huge coming up, which is a documentary about P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy.
Yeah.
Did he do it, right?
Yeah.
You've been heavy on social media talking about it.
He did it. And I'm the only one who's been vocal about this long before it actually.
Oh, you've been saying this for a long time now. And then no one was, they're just, why is he saying this? And now it's coming out crazy.
But I also didn't participate. I also didn't go to the party.
Yeah.
So a lot of the celebrity culture that you don't understand anything is because they participated.
And 50 Cent sells Diddy doc to Netflix.
50 Cent is preparing to drop a Netflix documentary that could reveal some surprising stories involving Diddy. And Jay-Z might also be part of the conversation. This isn't just celebrity gossip. It has the potential to shake things up in the music world. Rumors about Diddy reaching his limits and even Jay-Z feeling the impact have people talking. With decades of influence in the industry, both could see their stories in a new light. Whatever 50 has planned, it's sparking curiosity, and the hip-hop community is watching closely.
So many videos on Diddy, that are resurfacing, but an actual documentary. And I don't know if there's going to be like something with 50 Cent voice narrating. I don't know, but it's going to be bad. I would advise everybody to tune in who really don't really understand and what, how far back this goes with Diddy from when people were speaking out earlier on him. I know it's going to have stuff on Tupac, Biggie, all that, but we're going to check this video out here, man. 50 Cent be trolling, but this is the ultimate right here, top tier. Let's jump right into it.
Days after a damning surveillance video showed Diddy abusing his ex, a documentary is closer to becoming a reality.
Now let's bring in TMC's Michael Babcock. Good morning to you, Michael.
Morning, guys. How are you?
We're doing all right. So tell us what's going on with this. We understand rapper 50 Cent has been shopping this around.
Yeah, and you know what? I think a lot of people thought that 50 was just trolling, and if anyone follows 50 on Twitter or Instagram, he's no stranger to that. He definitely, engages in trolling and makes a lot of jokes. So when he had, repeatedly taken shot after shot after shot at Diddy and then said, hey, I'm working on a documentary, I think a lot of people thought that he was just joking around. It turns out he's not. So this is actually a real project that's being made under his G-Unit movie and TV studio, and he's made a bunch of really successful projects under that banner. They were actually selling it around to different streaming organizations, including Netflix. Netflix ultimately had the most money, placed the winning bid, and at some point here in the future, we don't know exactly when, but this is actually going to be something that airs on Netflix.
And think about this. Everything hasn't even came out yet. So I'm just wondering, they're probably going to wait to see if I'm guessing to wait to see if he goes to jail or what, because I feel like they need more, not more evidence, but just, with the whole raid and stuff. I'm just wondering what else is going to come out that they're going to add to that. Yeah, there's no way this dude is coming back from this. 50 Cent.
People may not know, the two of them have had beef for decades. 50 Cent has kept his foot on Diddy's neck for decades.
Foot on his neck.
Absolutely. It's like they once worked together a long time ago. They're not friends now. They don't like each other. And 50 has taken every shot, especially when Diddy has been down. Diddy really, is not in a position right now to fire back at 50 Cent. So yeah, he's taken a lot of abuse, and I don't know that anyone feels sorry for P. Diddy right now.
No, I don't think so either, and it's certainly not going to end anytime soon.
You're right about that. Man, that's probably going to be one of the most watched, because I'm just thinking about all the information that they're going to gather and how many people are going to be tied into this. How many people right now are kind of just like, oh no, because 50 be getting on everybody when he be trolling. So it's like, I know a lot of people are probably just shaking in their boots right now. I just think that when Diddy approached 50 with the stuff that he says, like, I want to take you shopping and all that, 50 was like, wait, hold on. So, and some guys he probably took shopping before, and they, at the beginning, they probably thought it was Diddy doing something nice until they got like a knock at the door or something like that. And Diddy, I'm here to collect. So my whole thing is like, once this come out, if it goes through and falls through, it's gonna be bad. Like whatever we seen so far, all the stuff you want to gather, whatever we seen, it's probably gonna be.
This isn't just a rap rivalry. 50 Cent, Diddy, and even Jay-Z once shared the spotlight, collaborating and making history. Now, 50 is taking it to a whole new level with a Netflix doc that promises to uncover hard truths. His cryptic posts have everyone speculating, and Diddy's recent emotional moments, with Jay-Z subtly in the mix, have only fueled the buzz. Something monumental is brewing behind the scenes, and when it drops, it could shake the entire industry to its core.
There's the whole where 50 Cent tells the story about how Diddy offered to take him shopping.
Right.
And there's also the time where he made Fabulous real uncomfortable while Diddy was calling some other dude daddy and telling Fabulous like, yo, why don't you party with me? And, trying to get Fabulous to party with him, What do you think about these like little looks into the past about how Diddy was acting?
I see a lot of I would call epics, these little commercials, these little cartoon things. South Park that popped up with the devil talking about, I don't want to do it if Diddy did it. Did you ever see that on South Park?
I haven't seen that one yet. No.
Yeah, 50 ended up posting it, but I'm a South Park fan, so I already knew about that one. You know what I'm saying? So that was on. Was that on South Park? Yeah, that was on South. Yeah, South Park. Yeah, so I'm like, I'm a South Park fan, so I'm looking at that. So, and I say that this guy could have went down in history as one of the greatest producers that put together some of the greatest music in the 90s and having arguably one of the top greatest rappers in hip hop in his camp. For the people to make him the laughing stock of hip hop, the laughing stock of Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, is one of the greatest tragedies of our time. It's crazy what he has become to the media.
Can you separate his music from his personal life?
You know the man through his music. So you can't separate his personal life from the music.
Why do you think he was offering to take 50 Cent shopping?
I can't really offer that, bro. I can't really answer that. I don't know why, but just on some sucker shit, probably. You know what I'm saying? Trying to play 50. You know 50. Come on, bro. 50 was rich at the time. 50 used to do music for him. Why he never asked him then when he was doing music for him? You understand? Just talking shit, want to have something to say.
Why is 50 Cent targeting Diddy now? And why is Jay-Z caught in the crossfire? That's the question everyone's asking. Some whisper it's about money, others suspect old rivalries. But one thing is certain, 50 isn't holding anything back. This isn't just subtle shots, it's about legacy, influence, and truths that may finally surface. Known for striking hard at competitors, 50 has both Diddy and Jay-Z in his sights, and the hip-hop world is bracing for impact. When this Netflix documentary drops, it could rewrite the game or reveal the boldest move 50 has ever made.
Just like Mount Vernon, New York City, Mount Vernon, and Miami, all that is the same, bro. Nobody wants to be near him. Nobody wants to touch what he touched, be where he at. You understand? It's crazy, bro, how his fall from grace, which was never from grace, it's just like the devil just kicked him out of hell, because he was never in nothing graceful and did anything graceful. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what you say about, okay, he did the music, he had the bad boy legacy and everything like that, man. But, you know, a few albums, a few people, you know, made to be famous, but they not here to tell their story. Black Rob, Biggie, Craig Mack. They not here to tell their story, bro. And now you got everybody telling his story.
Yeah, and I know 50, he did a recent interview with US Weekly saying that the reason why rappers are quiet about, you know, Diddy's situation is because they've been to his parties and they don't know what got caught on tape.
Bro, those people who was caught at Diddy's party did not know that he had 250 tape recorders in that house. That's a big house. But he had 250 tape recorders in that house that they took, that the feds found. So now with them finding all that and you being at a Diddy party, you know you may have done something that was caught on one of those tapes. You just better pray to God that they don't recognize you. Those people who know that they did something, no, they're not going to speak out. They're not going to say nothing. What part of the game is that? They are not going to come forward and tell on themselves. Nah, not at all. Ice Cube, he said it himself, bro. He said that Diddy's been targeted because of what he said about those folks and those people. Now, the people who was on those tapes may feel like Diddy might be targeting them. Because if he's asked about who is this, who is that, and he's under oath with the federal government, he got to tell them. He's not going to plead the fifth.
Yeah, I know that got to be a terrible feeling, man. You know you did something wrong at Diddy party, and you hoping and praying that it's not caught on tape.
But they don't think they did nothing wrong. That's their lifestyle. That's their lifestyle, bro. I ask guys all the time, if two men lay down, how many homos get up? What you mean? I mean what I mean.
The buzz surrounding 50 Cent's upcoming Netflix documentary has reached a fever pitch, leaving the entire industry on edge and holding its collective breath, as what was once mere rumor now feels dangerously close to revelation. While whispers about Diddy have circulated for years, the stakes feel higher now, with Jay-Z's name reportedly entangled in the drama, signaling that this isn't just a minor scandal. 50 is poised to upend the very narrative of hip-hop power. Rumors of lawsuits, hidden deals, and long-buried truths are swirling, fueling speculation that cracks may finally be appearing in the empires of both Diddy and Jay-Z, exposing vulnerabilities fans have never seen before. From long-standing artist disputes to high-profile business maneuvers that have always been under the spotlight, the smoke has been quietly accumulating for years, and 50 Cent might be the spark that sets it all ablaze. If even a fraction of the whispers prove true, this documentary could fundamentally rewrite everything we thought we knew about hip-hop's most iconic figures, reshaping the landscape of the industry and altering the perception of its power players in ways few could have anticipated.
Surveillance videos show Diddy abusing his ex. A documentary is closer to becoming a reality.
Now let's bring in TMC's Michael Babcock. Good morning to you, Michael.
Morning, guys. How are you?
We're doing all right. So tell us what's going on with this. We understand rapper 50 Cent has been shopping this around.
Yeah, and you know what? I think a lot of people thought that 50 was just trolling, and if anyone follows 50 on Twitter or Instagram, you know, he's no stranger to that. He definitely, you know, engages in trolling and makes a lot of jokes. So when he had, you know, repeatedly taken shot after shot after shot at Diddy and then said, hey, I'm working on a documentary, I think a lot of people thought that he was just joking around. It turns out he's not. So this is actually a real project that's being made under his G-Unit movie and TV studio, and he's made a bunch of really successful projects under that banner. They were actually selling it around to different streaming, organizations, including Netflix. Netflix ultimately had the most money, placed the winning bid, and at some point here in the future, we don't know exactly when, but this is actually going to be something that airs on Netflix.
So many people may not know, I mean, the two of them have had beef for decades. 50 Cent has kept his foot on Diddy's neck for decades.
Absolutely. Look, they once worked together a long time ago. They're not friends now. They don't like each other. And 50 has taken every shot, especially when Diddy has been down. Diddy really, is not in a position right now to fire back at 50 Cent. So yeah, he's taken a lot of abuse, and I don't know that anyone feels sorry for people.
You might think that after decades at the pinnacle of hip-hop and business, Diddy's secrets would have already surfaced, yet it's increasingly clear that we've only begun to scratch the surface of what might be exposed. Those recent lawsuits swirling around him? Insiders suggest they could be directly linked to the revelations 50 Cent is preparing to unleash, and whispers even tie Jay-Z's name into the intricate web, hinting that the fallout may extend far beyond Diddy alone. His recent public emotional moments have not gone unnoticed, feeding speculation that he senses the storm approaching but feels powerless to halt it, a rare glimpse of vulnerability from a man long seen as untouchable. If even a fraction of these murmurs prove true, the documentary has the potential to shake the very foundations of his empire. His music, business ventures, and carefully cultivated legacy could all hang in the balance, setting the stage for what might be one of the most seismic moments the industry has witnessed in decades.
You understand? There's no way, based on the evidence that the prosecutor presented, that the judge was going to allow him to be bonded out on the first get-go. Now, if he comes up with some more hearings, he might be released. But based on the evidence, they've been following him, bro. They've been tapping his phone, been having people watch him. You understand? He been coming back and forth from New York, and he'll usually be coming back to New York. And somebody was telling me that, listen here, he trying to get witnesses. Remember when they released that first thing of Cassie, and I said that Diddy was trying to contact people for character witnesses, people for who he had problems with before, whatever like that, and trying to talk to them in the whole 9 yards. That's when they dropped that thing with Cassie. The Homeland Security had some agency or whatever like that deals with that, drop that thing on Cassie to show everybody, oh, y'all want to help him? Y'all, this is what y'all want to help? This is who y'all want to, say that he ain't never did nothing. This is what you want to put your brand on? And everybody started backing up from him. Everybody was talking about, yo, man, Cassie was a gold digger. Cassie was this, that, and the third. She loved it in the whole 9 yards. And then when they seen that, all his friends or so-called friends, went away. So him not having a bond is not surprising.
Yeah, and he offered them $50 million, and they still denied his bond.
He should have waited to see what they was going to offer. Because if he got $50 million to get him and offer that, then they think like, yo, that's too little of a money.
And you right about Diddy phone being tough, because news came out that his former bandmate from Dirty Money, she called the other group member Gunn 58 times trying to get her to stop the lawsuit against Diddy.
She ain't the only one he was trying to get in contact with. You understand? He sent somebody through somebody else to try to get in contact with me, telling me enough is enough. Oh, okay. You tell Big Mama that enough is enough. You can't tell Wolf Mama enough is enough. You tell D Ferg Mama enough is enough. You understand? You tell all those people who supported you and they survivors.
As 50 Cent gears up to unleash major revelations, Diddy appears increasingly unmoored, recently seen in public with red-rimmed eyes and a face etched with tension, a stark departure from the composed, unflappable persona fans have long admired. The sight left many stunned, as Diddy has built a reputation on maintaining control under pressure. But this moment suggested cracks in even his famously polished exterior. Observers speculate that the looming weight of 50's documentary is finally taking its toll. And while Diddy has weathered controversies and industry storms before, this feels markedly different, larger in scope, more far-reaching in consequence, and potentially transformative, hinting at a shift in the hip-hop landscape where secrets once buried could suddenly redefine reputations and power dynamics across the entire game.
Yeah, so he tried to get somebody to reach out to you?
No, I got a phone call from Kirk Burrows. And Kirk Burrows, and I ain't gonna even get this guy no play. Not Kirk Burrows, but one of the Puff dudes that I know that's real close to him said, Kirk told me, yo, he want to reach out to you, Gene. He want to speak to you. I said, speak to me for what? What do you want to speak to me for? If he's trying to speak to me, it's for Puff. Point blank. I know the dude. I know how close he is to Puff. He's been with Puff from day one. So he ain't got nothing to say to me, bro. But Kirk Burrows did say to me that the dude said enough is enough. When do it becomes enough? Yo, because bro, listen, I didn't ask to be put in this situation. You understand? And a lot of people ain't going to understand this. Because a lot of people wouldn't give up what I've given up to be in this situation. You understand? My whole thing about it is when you lean on right, you ain't gonna never turn to wrong. And my whole thing about it is that Puff wasn't right what he did to people around us, man. He wasn't right what he did to people around us. Him being hard-headed, not listening, and not telling the truth and constantly lying cost a lot of people their lives, man. It cost a lot of people their lives. I want him to understand. When I told him, if we don't do something to these doors, people gonna die tonight. And forget, and I want to say F what other people say. Everybody know I told him that. Our whole crew know I told him that. From Slick to Nord, Bunny, Big Boy, Eddie, all the people that was with us that night know I told him that. 9 people end up dead. Everybody know I told him. Not everybody, but Paul was there. D-Rock. The whole some of the bad boy street teams. If we go to this party tonight, somebody gonna die. I got intel from 2 top gangsters. From a dude rolling with Jodeci. I got intel, bro. We go to the party, somebody gonna die. Big's music, I hate to hear it. You understand what I'm saying? Because I know what I did. I know what I said. They know what I said. So it don't hurt me. It's a feeling that you get when you know something didn't have to happen that day. And I was never no play. I'm playing with people. I joke and I tease, I talk about you and everything like that. But if I come to the table, something that's real, respect that. And that became a part where the respect was gone anytime that, and it probably don't have nothing to do with me. There was ulterior motives that took Big to that party, bro. There were other motives that took Big to that party that led him not being here.
Some insiders suggest the drama stretches far beyond 50 Cent's looming documentary, with murmurs of financial strain, mounting personal pressures, and even health concerns swirling around Diddy, painting a picture of a man under unprecedented stress. Recent emotional moments have caught the public's eye, prompting questions about whether the weight of years of meticulously crafted image maintenance is finally taking its toll. Rather than executing the usual damage control, he's been spotted unraveling in public, intensifying speculation that something serious is quietly brewing behind the scenes. Eyewitnesses describe him as genuinely shaken just moments before breaking down, fueling the idea that 50 Cent may be sitting on even more explosive information than anyone anticipated. Once the master of pulling strings and orchestrating the narrative, Diddy now appears entangled in forces beyond his control, and with the documentary's release looming ever closer. Many believe this could be just the opening act of a drama set to redefine not only his legacy, but potentially the power dynamics across the entire hip-hop world.
Behind the scenes, but in the open at the same time. You know what I mean? Like if you run in certain circles, there's things that you've heard for years. Maybe not necessarily on a criminal level. But there's a lot of stuff that I've heard, that could involve baby oil and all that type of shit, where I've been hearing that shit for years, bro, since the 90s, bro. I've been hearing about like bisexual type of shit since the 90s. You heard? That's what I've been hearing. But not the freak offs per se. Nah, I didn't necessarily know about that. Because Puffy used to be known as like a good party promoter. Like he would have parties in New York. Him and this lady, Jessica Rosenblum. And they used to have very, a lot of celebrities would go to their parties, would be a lot of chicks there. And, they'd have the good parties, like, at different venues around the city. And when they was the promoter, you would know that, okay, that might be a party you want to go to because it's going to be popping. But it wasn't any kind of like, there was no signs of no freak off type of shit. This is that happened later when he's having parties at his mansions and shit like that. Like, I only know him for going to those parties that were out in the public. You see what I'm saying? That's the only Diddy party I ever been to was out in public, and there was no freak off shit. There was no outwardly gay shit going on or anything like that.
So that's been going around since the 90s, him being bisexual?
I heard that's why he had got fired from Uptown. that he got caught.
With 50 Cent's highly anticipated documentary on the horizon, and Diddy suddenly finding himself under intense scrutiny, the collision between these hip-hop titans is sending shockwaves that ripple far beyond the usual gossip circuits. What began as a feud has escalated into something that could fundamentally reshape the very rules of the industry, forcing fans and insiders alike to question whether we're stepping into an era where hard-hitting exposés might eclipse traditional diss tracks as the ultimate weapon. If 50 truly possesses the evidence he hints at, the spotlight could swing wildly, catching not only Diddy, but potentially others whose secrets were long thought safe, igniting a chain reaction of revelations. This unfolding drama hints at a seismic shift in hip-hop culture, an era in which long-buried truths no longer stay hidden, accountability takes center stage, and the game might never look the same again, forcing both artists and audiences to navigate a landscape where transparency and exposure become the new currency of power.